Minna woke up early that morning. She knew it was an important day. Her son, Amir, had just finished his final exams at Hillside Academy, and today the school was giving out the results. Minna had been waiting for this day for weeks. She believed in her son and knew he had worked very hard. She made him a simple breakfast before he left for his part-time summer job, and then she got ready to go to the school. The sun was already shining brightly when Minna reached Hillside Academy. It was a big private school, known in the city for its high fees and strict rules. Minna felt a little nervous every time she came here. She was proud that Amir studied in such a good school, but she also knew it was not easy for her to pay the fees. She worked long hours in a small bakery, sometimes even on weekends, to make sure Amir could continue his studies here. As she walked towards the gate, she noticed other parents arriving in their cars. Many of them wore expensive clothes and carried designer handbags. Minna's dress was plain, and her shoes were slightly worn out, but she kept her head high. She was here for her son, and that was all that mattered to her. At the gate, a uniformed guard stood with a notepad in his hand. He checked the names of parents as they arrived. Minna greeted him politely and told him her name. The guard looked at the list, nodded, and told her to wait on the bench outside the gate until she was called inside. Minna thanked him and sat down on the metal bench. She thought she would only have to wait for a few minutes. The bench was placed in a spot where she could see the main entrance of the school building. Large glass windows reflected the sunlight, making the place look even more polished and grand. Minna noticed parents going in and out, most of them leaving with white envelopes in their hands and satisfied expressions on their faces. 10 minutes passed. Minna adjusted her handbag and looked around. The flowers planted near the bench were bright and colorful, and the sound of children's laughter came from somewhere inside the school. She smiled a little, imagining Amir's face when she told him she had collected his results. Half an hour passed. Minna began to feel the heat on her back as the sun moved higher. She pulled her scarf a little over her head for shade. More parents came and went. Each time she thought maybe now it was her turn. But the guard kept looking at his list and telling her to wait. An hour passed. Minna's legs felt stiff, and her throat was dry. She wanted to ask why she had to wait so long, but she reminded herself to stay patient. She didn't want to create trouble, especially on a day that was supposed to be happy. She folded her hands in her lap and sat quietly. Inside the school building, Principal Harris was busy. He was meeting parents one by one in his large air-conditioned office. On the wall behind his desk hung a big picture of him shaking hands with the city's mayor. He was proud of his school's reputation and liked to keep good relationships with wealthy families. He often gave them extra attention. Minna's name was far down on his list. Another half hour passed. Minna's stomach began to feel empty, and she wished she had brought a bottle of water. Her eyes followed a man in a suit who walked past her, carrying a file. She thought of all the work she still had to do later at the bakery, but she told herself nothing was more important than being here for Amir. By the second hour, Minna's patience was wearing thin. She thought about standing up and asking the guard if she had been forgotten, but she stayed seated. She didn't want to seem rude. She looked down at her hands, remembering all the nights she had stayed awake, worrying about money and school fees. She remembered the day Amir got his admission letter. He had hugged her tightly and promised he would make her proud. A few minutes later, Minna saw the guard speaking to someone on his walkie-talkie. Then he turned to her and said she would be called soon. Minna nodded quietly. She had no idea why she had to wait for so long, but she told herself that maybe the principal was just busy. What Minna did not know was that inside the principal's office, Amir's file was lying on the desk. Principal Harris had glanced at it earlier and had been surprised by something he read, but he had put it aside to meet other parents first. The wait outside felt endless. The sun was now directly overhead, and Minna's back ached from sitting too long on the hard bench. She straightened her scarf and took a deep breath. She looked at the school building again. Her eyes filled with hope and a little tiredness. She thought of Amir, working at the small stationery shop near their home. He had started the job after exams to help with household expenses. Minna had told him to focus on his studies and not worry about money, but Amir had insisted. That was the kind of son he was, responsible and determined. Minna didn't know that. The paper inside that white envelope would carry news that could change their lives. She didn't know that her long wait would soon be remembered by the principal himself, not because she was late or caused any trouble, but because of what her son had achieved. The moment was getting closer. The guard finally waved at her to stand up. Minna slowly got to her feet, smoothed down her dress, and picked up her handbag. She felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. She took her first step towards the school gates, unaware that the next few minutes would not only bring her son's results, but would also make the principal regret keeping her waiting for so long. Minna stepped through the tall glass doors of Hillside Academy and felt the cool air of the lobby. It was quiet and polished, and the floors shone under the bright lights. She walked slowly toward the office, holding her handbag tightly. Her legs were still stiff from sitting outside for so long, but she kept her head high. The receptionist smiled politely at her. "Good morning, ma'am. The principal will see you shortly," she said. Minna nodded and followed the short hallway that led to Principal Harris's office. The walls were lined with awards and pictures of the school's past achievements. Minna admired the photos but did not let herself feel nervous. She was here for Amir, and she knew he had done well. Finally, she reached the door of the principal's office. The guard outside opened it for her, and Minna walked in. Principal Harris was sitting behind a large wooden desk, looking over a pile of files. He looked up and saw her standing there. His eyes briefly scanned her plain dress and worn shoes. He shifted uncomfortably in his chair, but did not invite her to sit immediately. "Good morning, Mrs. Minna," he said in a polite but distant voice. "Please wait. I will call you in a moment." Minna nodded quietly and stood by the corner of the room. She noticed the expensive furniture and the large window with a view of the school garden. The principal adjusted his glasses and continued, looking at the papers in front of him. As she waited, Minna thought about the past few years. Amir had joined Hillside Academy with high hopes. He had faced challenges, but never gave up. Minna remembered the first time he came home with a report card, showing excellent marks in all subjects. She had hugged him tightly and promised that she would always support him, no matter what. Those memories gave her strength as she waited in the principal's office. Minutes passed. Principal Harris called in another parent, a man who drove a luxury car. He smiled at them, shook hands, and handed over a neatly sealed envelope. Minna watched quietly, noticing the father's satisfied expression. She thought of Amir's hard work and knew that the envelope for her son might hold something even better. Finally, Principal Harris looked at her file again. He frowned slightly as he read Amir's name. He shuffled through the papers and stopped at the results sheet. His eyes widened slightly, and he leaned back in his chair. He had not expected these results. Amir's marks were not just good. They were extraordinary. Minna noticed the change in the principal's expression. For the first time, he looked a little uneasy. Minna could not understand his feelings, but she remained calm. She had learned over the years that patience and dignity could be stronger than any argument or complaint. "Mrs. Minna," Principal Harris began, trying to sound polite, "your son's results are very impressive. He has achieved the highest marks in his grade. It is an exceptional performance." Minna's heart jumped with joy. She smiled warmly. "Thank you, sir. Amir worked very hard. I am very proud of him." The principal shuffled the papers again, as if trying to hide his surprise. He had kept Minna waiting for 2 hours outside, thinking she was just another parent who would not make a difference. Now, he realized he had underestimated both her and her son. Minna handed over Amir's school ID so the principal could confirm the results. He looked at the ID and then at the report card once more. The numbers were undeniable. Amir had scored perfect marks in all his subjects. The principal could not hide his embarrassment. He realized that he had made a mistake by making Minna wait outside. "Please accept my apologies for the wait," Principal Harris said. Finally, it was not appropriate. We usually do not keep parents waiting this long. Your patience is commendable. Minna nodded. She accepted the apology gracefully. She had expected nothing less. But she also knew that the results themselves would speak louder than any words. The principal handed over the envelope with Amir's report card. Minna opened it carefully and saw the excellent results. Her eyes shone with pride. She had raised her son with love and guidance, and now his hard work had been recognized in front of everyone. She thought about telling Amir immediately, but she decided to wait until she reached home. She wanted to see his face when she handed him the envelope. She imagined his smile and the happiness that would light up his eyes. Principal Harris tried to speak again, but Minna could sense that his words were awkward. He had realized that he had judged her by her appearance and her background. He had thought she would be an ordinary parent with no influence. Now he understood that character and determination could not be measured by clothes or wealth. Your son is an example to the entire school, he said carefully. I will make sure his achievement is announced in the next assembly. Minna smiled politely. She did not need recognition or attention. She was content knowing that Amir's hard work had been rewarded. Minna left the principal's office feeling light and proud. The long wait outside had seemed difficult, but it had led to a moment of triumph. She walked down the hallway and saw students hurrying to their classes. Some of them looked curious as she passed by, but Minna did not mind. Her mind was full of Amir's achievements and the joy that awaited him at home. Outside, the sun felt warm again, but it did not bother her anymore. She had been patient, and now she had a reason to celebrate. Minna walked toward the gate, holding the envelope tightly. She could not wait to reach home and share the wonderful news with Amir. On her way out, the guard smiled at her and nodded. Congratulations, ma'am, he said quietly. Minna returned the smile. Thank you. My son deserves it. She stepped into the street with a sense of accomplishment and pride. She felt strong and confident, knowing that hard work and patience had their reward. As Minna reached the small bakery where she worked, she saw Amir arranging items on the shelves. He looked up and smiled when he saw her. Minna walked toward him and held out the envelope. Amir's eyes widened as he took it and carefully opened it. When he saw the marks, he jumped with joy and hugged his mother tightly. You did it, Amir, Minna said with tears of happiness in her eyes. I knew you could. Amir smiled broadly. I couldn't have done it without you, Mom. Thank you for believing in me. That day, both mother and son felt a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. The long wait, the challenges, and the hard work had all led to this moment. Minna knew that no one could take this happiness away. Meanwhile, at Hillside Academy, Principal Harris made a note to himself. He would never judge a parent by their appearance again. He realized that true dedication and effort often came from unexpected places. Minna and Amir had taught him an important lesson, one he would remember for a long time. The next morning, Minna woke up early as usual. The sun had barely risen, but the small bakery where she worked was already preparing for a busy day. She tied her hair back and washed her face, thinking about Amir's results. She had seen the joy on his face yesterday when he opened the envelope, and it had filled her heart with happiness. Amir was already awake. He had a bright smile and seemed full of energy. Mom, today I want to tell my friends about my results, he said. Minna nodded. She knew he deserved the recognition, but she reminded him to stay humble and kind. Your friends will be happy. For you, Amir, just remember to thank everyone who helped you along the way, she said. At school, the principal was preparing to announce Amir's achievement to all the students. He wanted to correct his earlier mistake of keeping Minna waiting. He made a note to speak about Amir's dedication and hard work in front of the entire school. He hoped this would also show the other teachers and parents that true effort should be recognized, no matter where it came from. Minna, meanwhile, was busy at the bakery. Customers came in and out, buying bread and pastries. She smiled at them politely, her mind often drifting to Amir. She thought about how proud he must have felt and how excited he would be When the school announced his success, Minna quietly made a plan to celebrate later that evening. She wanted to make a small cake for Amir to mark his achievement. At Hillside Academy, the announcement day had arrived. Students gathered in the assembly hall, chatting excitedly. Some were already comparing their marks with others, while some were hoping for praise from the teachers. The principal stepped onto the stage and cleared his throat. The hall became silent immediately. Students and teachers, he began, "Today I want to share something remarkable. One of our students has achieved the highest marks in his grade. His dedication and hard work are an example for everyone." The principal paused and looked at the crowd. "His name is Amir. He has shown that effort, honesty, and determination can lead to great results. Let us all congratulate him." The hall erupted in applause. Amir stood quietly, surprised and a little shy. He had worked hard, but he had never expected to be called out in front of the entire school. His classmates came forward, shaking his hand and patting him on the back. Amir felt proud but remained humble. He remembered his mother's advice to be thankful and kind. Later that day, Amir went home with a big smile on his face. Minna was waiting for him with a small cake she had baked. "I'm so proud of you, Amir," she said, placing the cake on the table. Amir hugged his mother tightly. "I couldn't have done it without you, Mom," he said. "Thank you for always supporting me." Minna smiled and patted his back. She knew that moments like these made all the hard work worthwhile. The next week, the principal called Minna to his office again. This time, he wanted to personally apologize for the way he had treated her. "Mrs. Minna," he said, "I want to sincerely apologize for making you wait outside last week. I was wrong to judge you by your appearance. Your patience and your son's achievement have taught me an important lesson." Minna listened quietly. She nodded politely. "Thank you, sir. I appreciate your words," she said. She did not need praise, but she was glad he understood. The principal continued, "I would like to invite you to the school awards ceremony next month. Amir will be receiving a special award for his performance. It is important that his hard work is recognized properly." Minna felt a mixture of happiness and pride. She accepted the invitation. She knew this would be a moment Amir would never forget. At home, Minna and Amir discussed how they could prepare for the ceremony. Amir wanted to wear his best clothes and practice a small speech. To thank the teachers, Minna helped him choose a neat shirt and pants. They spent the evening talking about his achievements, the lessons he had learned, and the effort it took to reach this point. As the day of the awards ceremony approached, Minna noticed that people in their neighborhood had also heard about Amir's success. Friends and neighbors came to congratulate them, praising Amir for his hard work and dedication. Minna felt proud of how her son remained humble and kind despite all the attention. She knew that character mattered as much as achievement. The morning of the ceremony arrived. Hillside Academy was decorated with banners and flowers. Parents, teachers, and students filled the auditorium. Minna held Amir's hand as they entered. Amir felt a little nervous, but also excited. This was a special day, and he wanted to show gratitude to everyone who had supported him. When Amir's name was called, he walked confidently to the stage. He bowed slightly to the principal and the audience, then held up the certificate he had earned. The hall erupted in applause once again. Amir spoke clearly, "Thank you to my teachers, my mother, and everyone who believed in me. I promise to continue working hard and to help others whenever I can." The audience cheered. Minna clapped the loudest, feeling tears of joy in her eyes. She knew that this moment was the result of years of hard work, dedication, and love. Amir had achieved something remarkable, and it had brought happiness not only to their family, but also to everyone who witnessed it. After the ceremony, Principal Harris approached Minna and Amir. He shook Amir's hand warmly and smiled at Minna. "You have raised an extraordinary son," he said sincerely. "I am glad I finally understood the true meaning of dedication and patience." Minna thanked him again. She did not need to say much. Her son's success spoke louder than any words. That evening, Minna and Amir celebrated at home with a small family gathering. They invited close friends and relatives to share the joy. Amir felt proud. But he never boasted. He knew that true achievement came with responsibility and humility. Minna looked at him and felt a deep sense of satisfaction. She had faced many challenges, but moments like these made every struggle worthwhile. As the night ended, Minna tucked Amir into bed. "Always remember, my son," she said softly. "Hard work and honesty are the keys to success. Never let anyone's judgment discourage you." Amir nodded. "I will remember, Mom. Thank you for everything." Minna kissed his forehead and left the room quietly, feeling a sense of pride and peace. Meanwhile, at Hillside Academy, Principal Harris reflected on his behavior. He realized that judging parents or students by appearances was a mistake. True, talent and dedication often came from those who worked quietly and sincerely. Minna and Amir had shown him an important lesson, one that would influence his decisions in the future. From that day on, Minna and Amir's story became an example for the community. It was a story of patience, perseverance, and the power of belief. Everyone who heard it felt inspired. Minna continued her work at the bakery. Amir continued his studies, and both of them carried the happiness of achievement and the pride of overcoming challenges with dignity. The morning after the awards ceremony, Minna and Amir woke up with bright smiles. The celebration had ended the night before, but their hearts still carried the joy of the day. Minna prepared breakfast as usual, while Amir arranged his school bag. For the day ahead, both of them knew that life would continue. But the success of Amir had opened new possibilities. When Amir reached school, his classmates greeted him with admiration. Some asked him for tips on how to study, while others simply wanted to congratulate him again. Amir felt happy but stayed humble. He remembered his mother's advice to always remain kind and helpful. He answered each question patiently and encouraged his friends to work hard, telling them that anyone could achieve success with dedication. At school, Principal Harris called Amir to his office again. This time, his tone was different. "Amir, I have been reviewing your performance and your attitude. It is truly remarkable," he said. "I would like to offer you an opportunity to participate in a special advanced program. It is designed for students with exceptional abilities and can help you prepare for future studies and competitions." Amir's eyes widened in surprise. He had never imagined such an opportunity. "Thank you, sir. I will do my best," he said politely. The principal smiled and handed him the program details. "I hope this will challenge you and help you grow further. Your mother has done an incredible job raising you. She should be proud." Amir thought about sharing the news with Minna. During lunch break, he called her on the phone. "Mom, the principal offered me a special program. It is for students with high performance. I can join it if you agree," he said. Minna felt her heart swell with pride. "Amir, that is wonderful news. You have earned it. I trust you to work hard and learn as much as possible," she replied warmly. After school, Amir walked home with a thoughtful expression. Minna noticed it as soon as he entered the bakery. "What is it, Amir?" she asked. He handed her the papers with details of the program. Minna read them carefully. The program included extra classes, workshops, and competitions. It was a chance for Amir to develop his talents even further. Minna realized that this was more than just recognition. It was a door to a brighter future. "Mom, I do not want to disappoint anyone," Amir said quietly. Minna held his hand and smiled. "You cannot disappoint anyone, Amir. You have already shown dedication and honesty. This program is only a chance to grow. Remember to enjoy it while learning." Amir nodded, feeling encouraged. The next day, Amir attended the first session of the advanced program. The classroom was different from his usual one. It was equipped with modern tools, books, and computers. The teacher greeted him warmly. "Amir, welcome. I have heard about your performance. I am excited to work with you and help you reach your potential," she said. Amir smiled and thanked her. Over the next few weeks, Amir adapted to the new routine. The classes were challenging, but he enjoyed them. He spent extra hours studying, practicing problems and participating in group discussions. His classmates were supportive, and Amir quickly became known not just for his grades, but also for his helpful attitude. He shared ideas, explained difficult concepts, and encouraged others to do their best at home. Minna noticed that Amir was more focused but also happier. She prepared his meals and encouraged him to take small breaks so he would not get tired. "You are learning a lot, Amir. It is important to rest too," she reminded him. Amir nodded and appreciated her care. He knew that his mother's support was a key part of his success. One afternoon, Principal Harris visited the bakery unexpectedly. Minna greeted him politely. "Good afternoon, sir. How are you?" she asked. The principal smiled. "I wanted to see Amir's progress personally. I am impressed by his commitment and how responsible he is. Your guidance has played a big role in shaping him," he said. Minna smiled quietly. She did not need praise, but she appreciated the acknowledgement. The principal continued, "I also wanted to inform you that the school has nominated Amir for a city-level academic competition. It is a great opportunity to showcase his skills. I hope he is interested in participating." Minna's heart jumped with pride. "Thank you, sir. Amir will be excited to take part. We will prepare him well," she said. When Amir heard the news, he was thrilled. "Mom, this is amazing. I can represent my school and test what I have learned. I will work hard," he said. Minna hugged him gently. "I'm proud of you, Amir. Remember, winning is not everything. Learning and trying your best are what matter the most," she advised. As the weeks went by, Amir balanced school, the advanced program, and preparation for the competition. He also helped at the bakery whenever he could. Minna noticed that he had become more disciplined and confident. He learned time management, problem solving, and leadership skills. He was growing not only academically, but also as a responsible young person. Meanwhile, the news of Amir's achievements began spreading in their community. Neighbors, friends, and even local business owners started recognizing his dedication. Some parents came to the bakery to congratulate Minna. They admired her patience and support in raising a hard-working son. Minna felt happy but stayed humble. She always said that Amir's achievements were a result of his own efforts and honesty. One evening, as Minna and Amir were reviewing his preparation for the competition, Amir looked thoughtful. "Mom, I want to make sure I am ready. This is a big challenge," he said. Minna smiled reassuringly. "You have done everything you can, Amir. Trust yourself and remember what you have learned. You are capable of great things." The day of the city-level competition arrived. Amir felt nervous but also excited. He remembered all the lessons, practice, and guidance from his teachers and mother. Minna accompanied him to the venue. She held his hand briefly and whispered, "Do your best, Amir. I am proud of you no matter what." Amir nodded and stepped inside the hall. The competition was intense. Amir faced questions and challenges that tested his knowledge, reasoning, and problem-solving abilities. He focused carefully, recalling everything he had learned. He stayed calm and confident, remembering the encouragement from his mother and teachers. When the results were announced, Amir had done exceptionally well. He had secured a top position in the competition. The audience clapped, and his teachers and fellow students congratulated him. Amir felt proud, but he remained humble. He knew that success came from consistent effort and guidance, not luck alone. After the event, Amir returned home with a medal and a certificate. Minna welcomed him with a warm hug. "You have done it, Amir. I am so proud of you," she said. Amir smiled and showed her the medal. "Thank you, Mom. I could not have done it without you," he replied. Minna felt a deep sense of joy. She realized that patience, hard work, and belief in one another had brought them to this moment. The day ended with Minna and Amir sitting together, talking about their plans for the future. Amir wanted to continue learning, participating in programs, and improving himself. Minna encouraged him to dream big while staying grounded. They both knew that this was just the beginning of many new opportunities and challenges ahead. The morning after the city-level competition, Minna woke up feeling proud and excited for Amir. She prepared a simple breakfast of eggs and bread. Amir sat at the table with his medal and certificate beside him. The bakery was quiet, and the sun cast warm light through the windows. Minna looked at her son and smiled. She knew his journey was only beginning, and bigger challenges awaited him. Amir had received recognition not only from the school, but also from local organizations. One of the community leaders had invited him to a youth leadership program. The program promised to develop skills in communication, critical thinking, and teamwork. It was an opportunity Amir could not miss, but it would require extra time and dedication. Amir shared the news with Minna over breakfast. "Mom, they want me to join a leadership program next week. It will last for 3 months. I will learn a lot and meet students from different schools," he explained. Minna nodded thoughtfully. "This is a wonderful opportunity, Amir. I am proud of you, but remember to manage your time well. You also have responsibilities at home," she reminded him. The following week, Amir started the leadership program. The environment was new and challenging. He met students from different schools who had diverse skills and experiences. At first, he felt a little nervous, but he quickly adapted. The instructors encouraged teamwork and problem-solving exercises. Amir participated eagerly and shared his ideas confidently. At home, Minna noticed that Amir was often tired but happy. He would talk about the new things he had learned and the friends he had made. Minna supported him by preparing his meals on time and making sure he got enough rest. She was proud of his commitment and perseverance. She also realized that patience and support were as important as guidance. One afternoon, the program instructors announced a group project. Each group had to develop a plan for a community initiative. Amir's team decided to organize a small library in a nearby neighborhood where children had limited access to books. Amir suggested creating a schedule for reading sessions and encouraging children to participate in storytelling activities. The team worked hard. Amir took the lead in planning and organizing tasks. He delegated responsibilities, motivated team members, and made sure everyone contributed equally. Minna noticed that her son had grown into a confident young leader. She felt proud of how he managed both his school and the leadership program with responsibility and dedication. Meanwhile, news of Amir's achievements continued to spread. Some teachers at Hillside Academy praised his dedication publicly. Local newspapers wrote small articles about his city-level competition success and his participation in the leadership program. People in the community admired his work ethic and humility. Minna felt happy that Amir was making a positive impact on others. One evening, Amir returned home excitedly. "Mom, our group project is ready. We are going to present it tomorrow to the program instructors and some community members." "I am a little nervous," he said. Minna held his hand and smiled. "Amir, you have done everything carefully. Trust yourself. Speak from your heart, and people will see your effort and sincerity," she encouraged him. The next day, Amir and his group presented the community library project. They spoke clearly, explaining the benefits of encouraging children to read and learn. Amir showed leadership, answered questions confidently, and listened to suggestions from the audience. The instructors were impressed, and community members appreciated the idea. Amir's team received recognition for their project. When Amir returned home, Minna hugged him tightly. "I am so proud of you, Amir. You are not only achieving academically, but also learning to help others. That is the true mark of success," she said. Amir smiled warmly. "Thank you, Mom. Your support gives me strength to do my best," he replied. Over the next few weeks, Amir continued attending both the advanced academic program and the leadership program. He learned new skills, faced challenges, and overcame obstacles. Minna continued her daily routine at the bakery, but she always made sure to check on Amir, prepare his meals, and listen to his experiences. She knew that encouragement and guidance were as important as education. One morning, the principal of Hillside Academy called Minna to his office again. This time, his tone was sincere and respectful. "Mrs. Minna, I want to thank you for raising such a dedicated and responsible son. Amir's achievements in academics and leadership programs reflect his strong character. In your guidance, he said. Minna listened quietly and nodded politely. She felt happy that Amir's hard work and her support were being recognized. The principal continued. We are planning to create a student leadership award at our school. Amir will be the first recipient. I hope this will encourage other students to follow his example. Minna smiled quietly. Thank you, sir. Amir will be honored. But I hope this award will inspire all students, she replied. At home, Minna and Amir discussed the award. Amir felt proud but remembered his mother's advice to stay humble. Mom, I want to continue learning and helping others. This award is a great honor, but I want to keep improving, he said. Minna nodded. That is the right attitude, Amir. Always aim to grow, stay kind, and never stop learning, she advised. The day of the Student Leadership Award ceremony arrived. Minna accompanied Amir to the school. The auditorium was filled with students, parents, and teachers. Principal Harris spoke about the importance of leadership, responsibility, and community service. Then he called Amir's name. Amir walked confidently to the stage and received the award. He gave a short speech, thanking his mother, teachers, and friends who had supported him. The audience applauded warmly. Amir returned to his seat, holding the award proudly. Minna hugged him and whispered, You have worked hard and earned this. I am very proud of you. Amir smiled. Thank you, Mom. I will continue to work hard, he said. After the ceremony, Amir and Minna returned home. The neighborhood friends and family came to congratulate him. Minna served tea and snacks to the visitors, smiling quietly. She felt proud that Amir had achieved so much without losing his humility or kindness. In the following weeks, Amir's leadership program concluded successfully. His team received appreciation for the community library project, and Amir had learned valuable lessons in teamwork, planning, and communication. Minna noticed that her son had grown into a responsible and confident young person. One evening, as Minna and Amir sat together in their small living room, Amir spoke thoughtfully. Mom, I have learned so much these past months. I want to continue improving and helping others whenever I can, he said. Minna smiled warmly. Amir, that is the spirit of true success. Remember, knowledge, kindness, and hard work together create a strong future, she said. Minna felt proud of her son, knowing that every challenge they had faced together had led to this moment. The patience, support, and guidance she had provided had helped Amir grow not only academically, but also as a compassionate and responsible young man. She knew that his journey was just beginning, and many more opportunities awaited him. From that day forward, Amir balanced school, leadership activities, and community service with dedication. Minna continued to support him while managing her bakery. Both of them knew that hard work, honesty, and kindness would guide them towards success and happiness in life. Several months had passed since Amir had received his leadership award. His days were now filled with school, the advanced academic program, and small community projects he had started with his friends. Minna watched him closely. Proud of how disciplined and responsible he had become, she continued her work at the bakery. But she always made time to encourage and guide him. One morning, Amir returned from school looking excited but slightly nervous. Mom, there is a new challenge at school. It is a city-level science competition, and students from different schools will participate. I want to take part, he said. Minna looked at him with pride. Amir, you have worked hard and grown a lot. This is another opportunity to test your abilities. I believe in you, she said. Amir spent the next few weeks preparing for the competition. He studied advanced topics, practiced experiments, and wrote detailed notes. Minna supported him by organizing his schedule, ensuring he ate well, and encouraging him whenever he felt tired. She admired his determination and dedication. At school, Principal Harris called Amir to his office again. Amir, I have heard about your interest in the science competition. The school will provide resources and guidance to help you prepare. I believe you can make our school proud he said. Amir nodded respectfully. Thank you, sir. I will give my best, he replied. During preparation, Amir faced several challenges. Some experiments did not work, and some calculations were difficult. He sometimes felt frustrated, but he remembered his mother's words about patience and persistence. Minna reminded him that mistakes were part of learning. Amir, every problem you face is a chance to learn something new. Keep trying, she encouraged Dot as the day of the competition approached. Amir felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. He knew the competition would be tough, but he also knew that hard work and careful preparation would help him succeed. Minna reassured him, "Do your best, Amir. Confidence comes from effort and honesty. That is more important than winning." On the day of the competition, Amir arrived early at the venue. The hall was filled with students from various schools, all eager to participate. Tables were set up with science equipment, charts, and computers. The judges walked around, checking the preparations. Amir carefully arranged his materials and reviewed his notes. The competition began. Amir faced several challenging questions and practical tasks. He conducted experiments carefully, explained his methods clearly, and worked efficiently. He noticed other students struggling with some tasks, but he stayed focused on his own work. His training, preparation, and determination showed in every action he took during a particularly difficult experiment. Amir made a mistake that caused the results to look incorrect. For a moment, he felt discouraged. He remembered Mina's advice about patience and learning from mistakes. He calmly reviewed his steps, identified the error, and corrected it. The judges noticed his careful approach and praised his problem-solving skills. After hours of testing and presentations, the judges announced the winners. Amir's name was called for the top position. He had achieved the highest score in the competition. Students and teachers clapped loudly. Amir felt proud, but he remained humble. He thanked the judges, his teachers, and his mother for supporting him. When Amir returned home, Minna was waiting with a warm smile. She hugged him tightly. "I am so proud of you, Amir. You faced challenges, stayed patient, and gave your best. That is the true meaning of success," she said. Amir smiled and showed her the certificate and medal he had earned. "Mom, I did it because you always encouraged me." "Thank you," he replied. The success in the competition brought new opportunities. Amir was invited to attend a special science workshop at a nearby university. The workshop promised exposure to advanced experiments, innovative projects, and mentorship from experienced scientists. Minna supported him wholeheartedly. "Amir, this is a chance to learn even more. Take it seriously and enjoy the experience," she said. Amir attended the workshop with excitement. He learned new techniques, collaborated with students from other schools, and received guidance from mentors. He gained confidence in his abilities and realized the importance of teamwork and curiosity. Minna noticed the positive changes in him. He was becoming more confident, responsible, and aware of the world around him. Meanwhile, news of Amir's achievements reached the local community. People admired his dedication, humility, and success. Parents and students looked up to him as an example of hard work and perseverance. Minna felt proud that her son's efforts were making a difference not only for himself, but also for others. One evening, Amir reflected on his journey with his mother. "Mom, I have learned so much over the past months. It feels amazing to achieve, but I also realize that learning and helping others are more important than awards," he said. Minna smiled and nodded. "That is true, Amir. Success is not only about recognition. It is about growth, effort, and making a positive impact," she said. The following weeks were busy but fulfilling. Amir continued his studies, attended workshops, and worked on community projects. Minna continued managing the bakery, providing support, and ensuring Amir balanced his commitments. Together, they learned the value of patience, discipline, and dedication. One day, Principal Harris called Minna to his office again. He wanted to discuss Amir's next opportunity. "Mrs. Minna, Amir has shown exceptional talent and dedication. We are recommending him for a state-level science competition. This will be a bigger challenge. But I believe he is ready, he said. Minna listened carefully and nodded. Thank you, sir. Amir is willing to work hard. We will prepare him. She said. Amir was both excited and nervous about the state-level competition. The tasks were more advanced and the competition was tougher. He knew that preparation, practice, and patience would be crucial. Minna supported him by organizing his time, encouraging him, and reminding him to stay calm and focused. As the competition day approached, Amir balanced his studies, practice sessions, and leadership responsibilities. He maintained his discipline, focused on learning, and stayed positive. Minna admired his determination and believed that he was ready for the next challenge. On the day of the state-level competition, Amir performed with confidence. He solved complex problems, conducted experiments carefully, and explained his reasoning. Clearly, his efforts impressed the judges. Although the competition was tough, Amir stayed calm, applied his knowledge, and worked diligently. When the results were announced, Amir secured a top position once again. He had demonstrated not only talent but also persistence, discipline, and humility. Minna felt an overwhelming sense of pride. She hugged him tightly and said, Amir, you faced challenges bravely and gave your best. I am proud of you. Amir smiled and replied, Mom, your support gave me strength. Thank you for believing in me. That evening, as they sat together, reflecting on the journey, Minna realized that her patience and encouragement had played a significant role in Amir's growth. Amir had learned valuable lessons about effort, honesty, and resilience. Both of them understood that success was the result of continuous learning, dedication, and kindness. Amir knew that new challenges would come in the future, but he felt confident and ready. Minna felt proud of her son and hopeful for what lay ahead. Together, they had overcome difficulties, celebrated achievements, and strengthened their bond. Months had passed since Amir had participated in the state-level science competition. His success had brought attention not only from his school, but also from the local community. In neighboring towns, Amir continued to attend his advanced academic program, participate in leadership workshops, and contribute to community projects. Minna noticed the remarkable changes in him. He had grown confident, disciplined, and compassionate. One morning, Amir received an invitation from the city education board. The letter praised his consistent performance and invited him to represent the city. In a national academic and leadership program, Amir felt both excited and nervous. Minna read the letter carefully and smiled. Amir, this is a wonderful opportunity. You have earned it through hard work and dedication, she said. Amir spent the next few weeks preparing for the national program. The tasks were challenging, requiring him to apply knowledge from various subjects, solve complex problems, and participate in leadership exercises. Minna supported him, making sure he managed his time, rested well, and stayed focused. She continued to encourage him with gentle reminders about patience and perseverance. At school, Principal Harris called Amir to his office once again. Amir, your dedication and humility are remarkable. The national program will be a greater challenge, but I am confident you can handle it. You have shown that hard work, honesty, and kindness matter as much as talent, he said. Amir nodded respectfully. Thank you, sir. I will do my best and make our school proud, he replied. When the day of the national program arrived, Amir traveled with his mother to the city venue. The hall was filled with students from all over the country. Each student had achieved recognition in academics, leadership, or community work. Amir felt a mixture of nervousness and excitement, but he reminded himself of everything he had learned so far. Minna held his hand and said, Remember, Amir, you are prepared. Trust yourself and do your best. The national program began with rigorous assessments, including advanced problem solving, group challenges, and presentations. Amir faced tasks that tested his knowledge, creativity, and leadership skills. He remained calm, focused, and organized. He shared ideas with his teammates, listened carefully, and applied solutions efficiently. During one group activity, Amir's team faced a difficult challenge that required innovative thinking. Some members were unsure of the approach, but Amir calmly guided them, suggesting different methods and encouraging collaboration. His team successfully completed the task, impressing the mentors. Amir realized that leadership was not only about knowledge, but also about patience, teamwork, and encouragement. As the program continued, Amir performed consistently. His efforts, humility, and determination earned recognition from the instructors. Minna observed his growth with pride. She noticed how Amir balanced confidence with respect, ambition with kindness, and achievement with humility. She understood that these qualities would guide him throughout life. The final day of the program arrived. The national board announced the top achievers. Amir had secured the highest distinction in both academic performance and leadership activities. The audience applauded, and his name was called multiple times. Amir walked to the stage, holding his awards carefully. He felt proud but remained humble. When Amir returned to his mother, she hugged him tightly. "Amir, you have achieved so much. I am proud of you beyond words," she said. Amir smiled. "Mom, I could not have done it without your guidance, support, and belief in me." "Thank you," he replied. Minna felt tears of joy in her eyes. She knew that the long journey of patience, encouragement, and hard work had led to this triumphant moment. The national program organizers invited Amir to speak briefly. He stood confidently and said, "I am grateful for this recognition. I want to thank my teachers, mentors, and especially my mother. She has always supported me, guided me, and encouraged me to work hard and remain kind. This achievement is not just mine. It belongs to everyone who believed in me." The audience clapped enthusiastically. Minna felt proud, knowing that her guidance had shaped a young person capable of humility and leadership. Amir's speech reflected not only his achievements, but also his character. He had learned that success was meaningful only when shared with others and accompanied by integrity. After returning home, Amir and Minna were welcomed by their community. Neighbors, friends, and relatives gathered to celebrate his success. Minna served tea and snacks while quietly observing her son. Amir thanked everyone personally, spoke politely, and encouraged younger students to work hard and stay focused. Minna felt proud that he had not let recognition change his values. Principal Harris also visited to congratulate Amir. "Amir, your achievements are extraordinary. You have represented your school and city with dedication and humility. Your journey is an example for all students," he said. Amir thanked him respectfully. Minna nodded quietly, pleased that both her son's hard work and her guidance were being recognized. In the following weeks, Amir continued to balance his studies, leadership activities, and community projects. He applied lessons learned from the national program to help other students, organize workshops, and guide his peers. Minna supported him fully, continuing her routine at the bakery while providing encouragement and advice whenever needed. One evening, Amir sat with Minna, reflecting on his journey. "Mom, I have achieved so much, but I realize that learning, kindness, and helping others are more important than awards," he said. Minna smiled and nodded. "That is true, Amir. Recognition is wonderful, but character and effort define your true success," she said. Amir felt inspired by her words. The journey had taught both Amir and Minna valuable lessons. Patience, perseverance, and belief in oneself had turned challenges into opportunities. Minna's guidance had nurtured a young person who not only excelled academically, but also grew as a compassionate leader. Amir's story became an inspiration for their community, showing that hard work, humility, and dedication could overcome any obstacle. As the months passed, Amir continued to pursue academic excellence and leadership opportunities. He participated in competitions, mentorship programs, and community projects. Minna continued to provide support, advice, and love, ensuring that Amir remained grounded and focused. Together, they shared moments of pride, happiness, and growth. Finally, one quiet evening, Minna reflected on their journey, from the long wait outside the principal's office to national recognition. Every step had been a test of patience, courage, and determination. She realized that the true reward was not only Amir's achievements, but also his growth as a responsible, kind, and confident young man. Minna felt a deep sense of satisfaction and joy, knowing that her support had helped shape a bright future. Amir looked at his mother and said softly, "Mom, thank you for believing in me, guiding me, and supporting me every step of the way. I will continue to work hard and make you proud." Minna smiled and hugged him gently. "Amir, you already make me proud. Keep being kind, honest, and determined, and your journey will always be full of success and happiness," she replied. That night, both mother and son felt a quiet sense of triumph. They had faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and achieved extraordinary success together. Their bond had grown stronger, and they knew that the lessons learned would guide them in the years to come. Minna and Amir had shown that patience, effort, and integrity could create a future filled with pride, joy, and endless possibilities. The story of Minna and Amir became an example for the entire community. It reminded everyone that success is not only about talent, but also about dedication, perseverance, and the support of those who believe in you. Amir's journey had proven that hard work, humility, and guidance could turn challenges into triumphs and dreams into reality.